Question 1. The Government of India approved the nationwide expansion of PM Setu across how many identified ITI clusters? A. 150. B. 200. C. 250. D. 100. The correct answer is B. 200. The Government of India approved the nationwide expansion of PM Setu, or Pradhan Mantri Skilling and Employability Transformation through upgraded ITIs, across all 200 identified ITI clusters with an investment of 1,237.58 crore rupees. The Fourth National Steering Committee, chaired by MST's Secretary Debashri Mukherjee, approved this expansion, with DGDGT Dilip Kumar and Joint Secretary Mansi Sahai Thakur also attending. The committee specifically approved 5 ITI clusters across Odisha, Gujarat, and Telangana, with private sector firms selected as anchor industry partners. This expansion aims to modernize industrial training institutes and improve skilling and employability outcomes for youth across India through public-private partnerships. Question 2. As per the UDC Plus 2025-26 report released by the Ministry of Education, the secondary level gross enrollment ratio, GAIR, increased to what percentage? A. 68.5%. B. 71.7%. C. 75.2%. D. 65.0%. The correct answer is B. 71.7%. The Ministry of Education released the UDC Plus 2025-26 report on 7 July 2026, providing data on school education across India. The report showed the secondary level gross enrollment ratio rose to 71.7%, up from 68.5% in 2024-25, indicating better access and participation at higher education levels. The number of teachers increased by 8.3% to over 1.02 crore. Pupil-teacher ratios improved across all levels, remaining well below the National Education Policy's recommended 30:1 standard. Dropout rates also declined across preparatory, middle and secondary levels, reflecting improved student retention and a stronger, more inclusive school education system nationwide. Question 3. The Pragati initiative launched by Union Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan aims to directly support how many smallholder farmers? A. 10 lakh. B. 15 lakh. C. 20 lakh. D. 26 lakh. The correct answer is C. 20 lakh. Union Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan launched the Pragati initiative, or Promoting Regenerative Agriculture through Agri-Entrepreneurship Initiative, in New Delhi to empower 20,000 agri-entrepreneurs and directly support 20 lakh smallholder farmers. The program promotes sustainable and climate-resilient agriculture across 8 states including Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, UP, Assam, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Maharashtra and Rajasthan. It builds on an existing network of over 26,000 agri-entrepreneurs supporting 26 lakh farmers. Pragati targets increasing farmers' income by at least 30%, improving crop yields by 15 to 20%, and enabling financial inclusion for 50% of associated farmers through village-level advisory and market access services. Question 4. Mizoram's Natural History Museum was notified as India's 21st designated repository under which Act? A. Environment Protection Act, 1986. B. Biological Diversity Act, 2002. C. Wildlife Protection Act, 1972. D. Forest Conservation Act, 1980. The correct answer is B. Biological Diversity Act, 2002. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change notified the Natural History Museum at Mizoram University, Aizawl, as India's 21st designated repository under Section 39 of the Biological Diversity Act, 2002, following recommendation from the National Biodiversity Authority. Established in 2022, the museum is located in the Indo-Burma Biodiversity Hotspot and has preserved over 500 specimens, specializing in pteridophytes, macrofungi, fishes, moths, beetles and butterflies. It will collaborate with the Mizoram State Biodiversity Board, Botanical Survey of India and Zoological Survey of India to document endemic species, supporting Target 4 of India's National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan 2024-2030. Question 5. TribeX, the digital learning platform for tribal arts launched by Union Minister Jewel Oram, was unveiled during a workshop held in which city? A. Ranchi. B. Bhubaneswar. C. Raipur. D. Guwahati. The correct answer is B. Bhubaneswar. Union Minister for Tribal Affairs Jewel Oram launched TribeX, a first-of-its-kind digital learning platform dedicated to tribal arts, culture and traditional knowledge, during the National Workshop on Strengthening Tribal Research Institutes held in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. The platform currently hosts 20 free certificate courses covering paintings, handicrafts, handloom and traditional instruments, with plans to expand to over 100 courses. The Ministry of Tribal Affairs also signed an MoU with Sampurnanand Sanskrit University, Varanasi, to jointly develop 5 UGC-recognized PG diploma programs, including Santali language, tribal museology, and tribal arts and textiles, enabling learners to connect directly with tribal knowledge holders and master artisans. Question 6. Bisleri International partnered with the Indian Coast Guard for cleaner coastlines through which flagship initiative? A. Plastic-free oceans. B. Bottles for Change. C. Clean Coast Mission. D. Blue Ocean Initiative. The correct answer is B. Bottles for Change. Bisleri International signed a letter of association with the Indian Coast Guard, Kerala and Mahe region, through its flagship initiative Bottles for Change, to promote plastic waste management across coastal regions. The agreement, aligned with the ICG's mission of plastic-free oceans, was signed by Bisleri CEO Dr. Angelo George and ICG DIG Ashish Mehrotra. The collaboration will bolster responsible collection, segregation and recycling of post-consumer plastic while raising awareness to prevent plastic waste from entering marine ecosystems. Established in 1969 and headquartered in Mumbai, Bisleri International is best known for its bottled water brand and continues to expand its sustainability commitments nationwide. Question 7. As per UNCTAD's World Investment Report 2026, India ranked at which position among the world's largest recipients of FDI in 2025? A. 9th. B. 11th. C. 15th. D. 18th. The correct answer is B. 11th. According to UNCTAD's 2026 World Investment Report, India emerged as the world's 11th largest recipient of FDI, moving up 2 places from 2024, with inflows surging nearly 44% to $38.89 billion in 2025. The USA remained the largest FDI destination at $277 billion, followed by Singapore and Hong Kong. India also moved up to 18th among top source economies for FDI outflows, which grew 47% to $35.66 billion. Global FDI overall rose 6% to $1.6 trillion in 2025 after 2 years of decline, with investment increasingly concentrated in semiconductors, AI, digital infrastructure and energy transition technologies. Question 8. The inaugural UN Global Dialogue on AI Governance 2026, attended by India, was held in which city? A. New York. B. Geneva. C. Vienna. D. Brussels. The correct answer is B. Geneva. Union Minister of State Kirti Vardhan Singh led the Indian delegation at the inaugural UN Global Dialogue on AI Governance, held in Geneva, Switzerland, from July 6 to 7, 2026, where India reaffirmed its AI for All vision promoting responsible, inclusive and human-centric AI. This universal multi-stakeholder forum was established under UNG Resolution 79 by 325 following the Global Digital Compact adopted in September 2024. The dialogue was co-chaired by Rwandan President Paul Kagame and Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff, with ITU Secretary-General Doreen Bogdan-Martin serving as vice-chair. The inaugural session also received the first annual report of the ISPA on AI capabilities, opportunities and risks. Question 9. GIFT City signed an MoU with which Vietnamese financial hub to enhance cross-border investment? A. Ho Chi Minh City Financial Center. B. Da Nang Financial Hub. C. Hanoi International Finance Zone. D. Vietnam Stock Exchange. The correct answer is B. Da Nang Financial Hub. Gujarat International Finance Tech City, India's international financial services center, signed an MoU with the Vietnam International Financial Center Da Nang in New Delhi to support the development of Vietnam's financial center and promote cross-border investments. The partnership covers financial services, fintech, digital innovation and capacity building, with both institutions committing to joint research, professional exchanges and regular institutional engagement. Alongside this, GIFT City also signed MoUs with Tata Communications to promote global capability centers and technology businesses, and with CEPT University, Gujarat, for research and knowledge exchange, strengthening India's position as a global financial services hub. Question 10. Kutch Copper Limited's Adani Copper secured certification from which global exchange? A. New York Mercantile Exchange. B. London Metal Exchange. C. Shanghai Futures Exchange. D. Chicago Mercantile Exchange. The correct answer is B. London Metal Exchange. Kutch Copper Limited, a subsidiary of Adani Enterprises Limited, secured London Metal Exchange certification for its Adani Copper Grade A cathodes, enabling delivery with warrants eligible for LME copper futures contracts from 10 July 2026. This listing places Adani Copper among the world's leading copper brands, offering global recognition and enhanced financing flexibility since LME-listed cathodes can be stored on warrant and used as collateral. The certification process involves strict quality assurance covering chemical composition, shape, weight and responsible sourcing protocols. The LME, established in 1877 and headquartered in London, is the world's largest exchange for trading industrial metals. Question 11. Sirsa Kinno recently received a GI tag, becoming the first fruit from which state to get this recognition? A. Punjab. B. Haryana. C. Himachal Pradesh. D. Rajasthan. The correct answer is B. Haryana. The Geographical Indication Registry under PIT granted the GI tag to Haryana's Sirsa Kinno, making it the state's first fruit to receive this recognition. The certification was granted to Kharisureran Pharma Producer Company Limited in Sirsa district. Kinno is a hybrid citrus fruit developed in early 20th century California by horticulturist Howard B. Frost, Crossing King Mandarin and Willow Leaf Mandarin varieties, and is rich in vitamin C, calcium and potassium. India's total GI tag products now stand at 822, with 125 registered between April 2025 and March 2026, led by Madhya Pradesh with 26, followed by West Bengal with 24 and Jharkhand with 11. Question 12. Who has been appointed as the new MD and CEO of South Indian Bank, succeeding PR Seshadri? A. Mahesh Muralidhar Pai. B. N.S. Vishwanathan. C. Saurav Ganguly. D. Dilip Asbe. The correct answer is A. Mahesh Muralidhar Pai. The RBI approved the appointment of Mahesh Muralidhar Pai as MD and CEO of South Indian Bank for a 3-year term beginning 1 October 2026, succeeding PR Seshadri, who remains in office until 30 September 2026. Pai currently serves as Chief General Manager at Canara Bank and brings nearly 3 decades of experience across governance, strategy, treasury, retail banking and MSME credit. In the same period, the RBI also approved the reappointment of N.S. Vishwanathan as non-executive part-time chairman of Axis Bank for 3 years, effective from 27 October 2026, strengthening leadership continuity across India's banking sector. Question 13. Insurance Dekho appointed which former India cricket captain as its brand ambassador for the Khulkar Khelo campaign? A. MS Dhoni. B. Saurav Ganguly. C. Virat Kohli. D. Rahul Dravid. The correct answer is B. Saurav Ganguly. Insurance Dekho, an Insurtech platform, appointed former India cricket captain Saurav Ganguly as its brand ambassador and launched the Khulkar Khelo campaign to empower insurance advisors across India. The campaign reflects Ganguly's fearless captaincy image and aims to help advisors grow their businesses, increase earnings and strengthen their role as micro-entrepreneurs. Ganguly, India's 39th Test captain, led the team to the 2003 ICC Cricket World Cup final and served as BCCI president from 2019 to 2022. Founded in 2016 and headquartered in Gurugram, Insurance Dekho operates under the legal name Girnar Insurance Brokers Private Limited. Question 14. ISRO conducted the flight acceptance hot test of the C-20 cryogenic engine for which upcoming mission? A. LVM-3M7. B. Chandrayaan-4. C. Gaganyaan-1. D. PSLV-C-60. The correct answer is A. LVM-3M7. ISRO successfully conducted the flight acceptance hot test of the C-20 cryogenic engine for the 7th operational LVM-3 mission, LVM-3M7, at the main engine and stage test facility in Mahendragiri, Tamil Nadu. The engine operated at 19.5 tons of thrust for 45 seconds and 22 tons for 25 seconds and was tested with a nozzle protection system for the first time, simplifying high-altitude testing. The engine will now be refurbished and integrated with the C-32 cryogenic stage. The indigenously developed CE-20 engine has already powered 8 consecutive LVM-3 missions including Chandrayaan-2 and Chandrayaan-3 and is also qualified for the Gaganyaan human spaceflight mission. Question 15. Former Afghanistan fast bowler Shapur Jadran, who passed away in July 2026, took 10 wickets at which ICC Cricket World Cup? A. 2011. Born in 2015. Circa 2019. D. 2023. The correct answer is B. 2015. Shapur Jadran, a pioneer of Afghanistan's rise in international cricket, passed away at age 38 in New Delhi. Known for his left-arm pace, he represented Afghanistan in 1944 ODIs and 36 T20s between 2009 and 2020, claiming 80 international wickets, with career-best figures of 424s on his ODI debut against the Netherlands in 2009. He took 10 wickets at the 2015 ICC Cricket World Cup and famously scored the winning runs against Scotland to secure Afghanistan's first-ever World Cup victory. His contributions played a vital role in establishing Afghanistan as a regular participant in the ICC Cricket World Cup and T20 World Cup. Question 16. The UP cabinet approved renaming Jalalabad town in Shahjahanpur district as which name, believed to be the birthplace of Lord Parshuram? A. Parshurampuri. B. Rishipuram. C. Parshuram Nagar. D. Bhargavpuri. The correct answer is A. Parshurampuri. The UP cabinet, chaired by CM Yogi Adityanath, approved renaming Jalalabad town in Shahjahanpur district as Parshurampuri, highlighting its belief as the birthplace of Lord Parshuram. The town's municipal body will also be renamed Parshurampuri Nagar Palika Parishad. The previous name Jalalabad was linked to Mughal Emperor Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. The proposal was supported by Nagar Palika Parishad resolutions passed in 2018 and 2023, with the MHA issuing a no objection certificate in August 2025. The UP cabinet also approved 28 other proposals, including the Startup Mission Directorate, UP Startup Policy, and Data Center Policy to boost innovation and digital infrastructure.